Hey, what is up, guys? We got our first real day of big snow out here. We've got 5 inches. 5 inches accumulated so far, and we tried to get a start on the morning plowing, snow removal, and I broke a shear pin on one side of that thing. And I don't have one, so I have to go and get a new shear pin, and unfortunately I didn't have a spare, but I've never broke one before. So when I go and get a spare, I'm going to grab extras so that I don't have to then stop and go, because it's the snow coming down. There's 5 inches on the driveway. We need to be plowing this, not taking an hour out of our day to run to town. So we're going to be taking care of that, going and getting a shear pin here in a minute. But we got an update on the farm, and we're going to go check out Lila and go see what she's doing. Alright guys, so unfortunately last night we lost our lone survivor piglet. It just got smashed by all of the other piglets that came out this morning to feed, and it didn't get up. It was in the middle of its bed and dead, squished. Lila looks tiny when I film her from this angle, but she's actually very fat. She's covered in grass right now, because we're free feeding her. We're gonna go talk about that, show you guys what we're doing. Lila also got herself a salt lick, which she really loves. She didn't get it, I bought it for her. So I got Lila a salt lick. But she's been going to town on her salt lick, which I didn't get her one before, but she really loves it, so we got it for her. And I kind of noticed that she wanted it. Look out, Lila's. I noticed that she wanted it because she would always, when we would play with her, she'd always lick our hands, and she'd be licking the salt off of your hands. So I was like, man, I need to get her a salt lick. She doesn't lick us as much now, but she's happy with her salt lick. Good little cow. So guys, starting in the winter, fall, we decided to start feeding Lila free feed, full feed, feeding her round bales, free access to the feed. So she's got round bales in here that she's eating off of. These round bales are Timothy grass. It's costing me $40 a round bale, and it's lasting about a month. So this is actually just the second one that we've gone through. Must be lasting a little bit longer than a month. But this is only the second one we've gone through. And we just decided to free feed her throughout the winter, just to make sure she gets plenty of feed throughout the winter. I'd rather her come out of the winter fat and overfed versus underfed and struggling to put on weight going into the springtime, I guess. So I figured a little bit more money out, and we make sure Lila's taken care of. So I got this up in the side here where the sheets are at, and that keeps the goats from coming over and eating everything. You can see my roof collapsed just a little bit there. I never trimmed off those extra pieces, and I paid for it. So they bent the sheets, which is fine. They were just extra sheets anyway. I don't know that we ever would have used them for much anyhow, but I still got to cut those. But the snow has found its way off the roof. So guys, this is a giant round bale. It's pretty blown apart. She's doing a good job of eating it. And what I did the first time was I actually got some of this field fencing, and I wrapped it around the bale, and that did really well to make the bale last longer. And it stayed together much better, but she beat up the fencing to where I really couldn't reuse it again. So I need to come up with a new system to keep my round bale intact to where she can feed off of it without busting it up and making it look like this, because as you can see, we've got a lot of feed loss. So all this grass not getting eaten here in the mornings, we try to come in and grab what's out here that's clean, grab it, and then feed it to the goats, and then push everything up into a pile. So that is the morning routine with Lila. That goat lost her herd. They just go out into the woods a little bit and then don't call to her. It's a little sad, because you'll just see them sitting out there and they just don't be like, hey, we're over here, quit freaking out. Lila looks tiny when I film from up where I stand, but if I get down here, she looks a lot bigger. Not so much when she's wet. She's growing though. She's growing. She loves her horns rubbed right behind the horn. She likes when I mess with her too. I'm just kidding, she doesn't like that. So guys, when we got Lila, she was actually exposed. She was exposed to a bull, and we were kind of hoping that she was accidentally pregnant, although she's, let's see, I think she's creeping up on 2 years in March. I believe was her birth month. So she's ready to be bred, or will be ready to be bred soon. We were kind of hoping that she would have been bred. But it doesn't look like it. She gets very fat on the grain, but she's not, or the grass, but she's not keeping it. All right, guys, that is Lila's morning routine. That is kind of what we're dealing with today with this first big snowstorm coming in. It's looking like all next week is all snow. So we need to stay on top of the snow situation to help maintain it throughout the winter. You don't want to get behind on your snow, because otherwise you're making all your machines work too hard. You're working too hard. And unfortunately, because of that, that's why we snapped that shear pin on the snow machine, the snow blower. Because it's all fresh and none of the snow's packed down yet, we got rocks, and one of the rocks jammed in there and broke it. So let's head to the store. Let's go get a shear pin. We'll come back, throw it in it, and finish removing snow for the day. By the time we get back, everything we've done will probably be covered up. Be good, Lila. Guys, we got back with some shear pins. Got a few different sizes too, because I wasn't sure what we needed, because the whole shear pin busts off and then went flying through the snow blower. But it looks like we're not going to be snow blowing anymore because it started raining by the time we got back. So all of this snow is going to get rained on. So we'll wait to see how long it rains, because a lot of times it just washes it away, and it was looking like we were going to be getting rain for about a day or two before next week, and a bunch of snow hits. So we might get lucky and not have to do any snow blowing for the rest of the day, but we'll get out and we'll fix this shear pin. Alright guys, here is our pin that we got. We got two different styles, but this looks exactly like the other one, although the other one is gold in nature. But these are shear pins, so we're going to stick this down in there, try it out. Get out of here, pig.